You see this woman, the one in the hospital bed in the middle of the courtroom? She's known as the Pig Woman, and is a central figure in a 1922 murder case that rocked the nation, one that, according to journalist Joe Pompeo, cultivated our collective obsession with true crime. But here's the thing, no one's ever really heard of it. Here's what happened. Two bodies, a man and a woman, were found under a crabapple tree in a rural area outside New Brunswick, New Jersey, along a road that many considered a lover's lane of sorts. But it was the identity of those bodies and how they were laid out that caught everyone's attention. The man was identified as Reverend Edward Hall, a well-known member of the clergy in the local Episcopal church. The woman was identified as Eleanor Mills, a member of that church's choir. Hall's wife came from a powerful local family who had ties to pharmaceutical giant Johnson & Johnson, while Mills's husband was also an active member of the Reverend's church. The bodies were laid out in a pose suggesting intimacy. Reverend Hall's body had a bullet entrance wound by his right temple and an exit wound below his left ear. Mills's body had 3 gunshot wounds to the head and a vicious deep cut to her neck. Someone had also arranged a pair of love notes to sit between Reverend Hall and Mills. The crime scene was constantly swarmed with people fascinated by the grisly case. It was treated as a sideshow attraction, with vendors selling snacks and drinks, and visitors looking to grab a souvenir twig from the tree that the pair was found under, or worse, soil from the ground that had held the bodies. The authorities eyed Frances Stevens Hall, the widow of Reverend Hall, along with her 2 brothers, as the prime suspects. But a grand jury that was convened to consider the case didn't issue an indictment. The case eventually lost steam. It wasn't heard about again until 1926, when, in an effort to drum up more interest in his tabloid paper, the Daily Mirror, newspaper giant William Randolph Hearst found some new evidence tied to the case and ran a series of inflammatory stories. And evidently, it was enough for authorities to reopen the case, arrest Frances Stevens Hall and her 2 brothers, and try them for the murders. The courtroom was packed with reporters, locals, and notable figures of the time, and they all became enamored with the witness testimony of Jane Gibson, aka the Pig Woman. Reporters gave her the moniker because she raised hogs on a farm near where the bodies were found. At this point in the trial, though, Gibson had cancer, so she gave her testimony from a hospital bed. People were glued to her reportedly captivating testimony, although many pointed out she continuously changed her story, with her own mother accusing her out loud in the courtroom of being a liar. After 23 days, the trial was done. Need a part 2 to find out the verdict?